Yes, you can go the distance, that is right. How are you all doing this evening? Yeah, do as Scorecat says. Alternatively, you can go do like /W space Quizbot 3000 space and then some message, and that starts a whisper window off as well. And if you're on mobile, well, sorry. God, that's a high note. You nearly ruined the ending then. So yes, good evening everybody. I was in a sort of different mood today, and yeah, got some music that I like listening to every now and then, some 8-bit big band stuff, and some Go the Distance there, some trumpet style music. Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Let's start the lobby off and I'll say hello to people. Room code is BCCO. Enter in that code and you'll be in with a chance to be one of the hot seat players. Don't worry, if you do not want to be a hot seat player, you do not need to enter in that code. You can still play without being in the lobby specifically. And is my frame rate alright? Frame rate seems to be okay from the looks of things. It's still a bit kind of sketchy, but we'll go with it. We will go with it. It has been a long while since we've done Wonderwall, mainly because of question count, but as you can see up here, thank you very much everybody in the community for helping with writing some more questions. We're now up to another 229 that we haven't used, 204 that are excluded, well, 204 that aren't excluded because there are some expert questions still in that mix, and yeah, Whiskers is still here. Hey, hello Whiskers, there you are. The Whiskers. It's the Whiskers. You've been quite still today, aren't you? You're normally all jumpy and that when I do this, but you're actually alright today. There we go. So yes, hello there, Farnham Ref, Elmeister, Scorecout, Ryan, Emsley, Clive, Lupine, Drahuska, Tipster, Cetra, Random Zombie, Ninja Warrior Boy, and Samster. There's probably a couple of other people as well that haven't joined in on the lobby. Catnip, I don't believe you joined in the lobby, but welcome. Yes, thank you for your tail, Whiskers. Appreciated. Elias, also, hello there, Elias. Yeah, you already said Semster. BMN, welcome, BMN. Good to see you. And you, Clive, as well. Always good to see you. Are you really busy? Ah, fair enough. Okay. Scorecat also. You're in the lobby, so I already said hello to you. Anybody else? Farnham Ref, you're already in. I think that's everyone I said hello to, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. Daz, are you in? But I've seen you, so hello, Daz. Yeah, I think that's about it. Well, yeah, this is... it was a bit kind of up in the air as to whether this was going to be a stream that actually happened or not. We'll probably talk about it later on in the stream because I will do. I'll end up talking about it because it's the only thing that's been on my mind for the past couple of days. Those that haven't seen the announcements that I posted on Discord, then yeah, you won't know what the hell I'm on about. But it's a thing. It's definitely a thing that's happened. And yeah, I'll let you know more about it later on. I won't talk about it right now because we've got a game to play. But in the next couple of lobbies and that, I'll kind of talk through the story, as it were. I mean, no one ever knows what the hell I'm on about anyway, Elias, so... Make Ashley say things, yes. Well, make Ashley emote things is the moral of the story, basically. Sorry, hashtag spoilers. But I mean, I'm in better spirits today than I was a few days ago. Very different. I was... very different place emotionally 3 days ago. Now I am much better. Why do I have these weird symbols for some of the levels? So, because we've reached beyond level 16 and things like that, there's no sprites for them. So, although it's still increasing the numbers, it's just not finding the sprite, so it just leaves that rich text in there. So like Emsley's definitely got one, and Ninja Warrior Boy's got one because they're nice low levels, but when you get to like level 21, which has sprite number 20, level 24 that has sprite number 23, we just don't have that. Because I haven't done an XP reset for a while. I've kind of been holding this season's XP at ransom until we finish Duel, and then I call that the end of Season 2, as it were. So yeah, that's why it's like that. And again, it's a thing that needs fixing at some point, but I have a feeling it'll end up getting fixed in as part of the whole upgrade path to winning lines of this game. Okie dokie. So everybody's in that wants to be in. If you don't want to be in the hot seat, that's fine, but you can also continue playing along as a spectator. Let's pick the first hot seat player. Emsley, you are the first contestant up. Good luck. And as always, here is your wall of 49 answers. And here is your 15 seconds of inspection time. Take a note of where things are, where the answers are. And if you are ready to play, then your first question is, which famous toy shop is located in Regent Street, London? Which famous toy shop? Hamleys is correct. Wish You Were Here was an album released by which English rock band? Already started off with 2 UK questions. Pink Floyd is correct. Which constellation features the stars Bellatrix, Betelgeuse, and Rigel? Orion is correct. Who is the patron saint of fishermen? There's your first pit. Alright, let's see that question again. Who is the patron saint of fishermen? Currently no strikes used. Still got both your passes. This is your first pit. 3 of 20 on the way to the Million Dukes. And we are back in play. Peter is correct. In which harbour can the statue of the Little Mermaid be seen? Which harbour? Copenhagen is correct. Who had a 2018 hit with Sweet But Psycho? Gonna pass that one. That's your first pass. What is the collective noun for a group of whales? For a group of whales. You've used 1 minute and 20 so far. Still got 2 minutes and 35 remaining now. No strikes used up, so you can give wrong answers just to speed things up. But Pod is correct. Full name required. Who did the Native American princess Pocahontas marry? Who did the Native American princess Pocahontas marry? Still with one pass. You still have one pit. Incorrect. Correct answer was John Rolfe. Which boy band had hits entitled All Time Low and Chasing the Sun? Incorrect. Correct answer was The Wanted. Bailout is now active. Be careful with wrong answers. In which city did the USSR and East Germany establish a pact in 1955? You've used just over half your time now. You still have one pass left and you have one pit left. 6 of 20 on your way to 1 million. Warsaw is correct. What name is shared by the author of The Little Red Book and a card game with unknown rules? Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. One minute and 20 left. You see your last pit. Here's the question again. What name is shared by the author of The Little Red Book and also a card game with unknown rules? Can't get a question wrong from this point on. You can still pass, though, and you're back in play. If you don't know at this point, you may have to pass. Or if you feel like you're going to pass it. Okay, no more passes left. Which movie about a plot to kill Kim Jong-un was leaked online in the 2014 Sony Pictures hack? You have 1 minute left. Can't get a question wrong. If you don't know the answer, you may have to bail. And that is exactly what you're going to do. Well, you managed to get out there with 25,000 dukes. Congratulations. Let's see those passed and bailed questions. So the first one was, who had a 2018 hit with Sweet But Psycho? That was Ava Max. What name is shared by the author of the Little Red Book and a car game with unknown rules? That is Mao. And which movie about a plot to kill Kim Jong-un was leaked online in the 2014 Sony Pictures hack? That was The Interview. So, wow, look at Clive rocketing there with 156 XP. Tipster with 132, Lupine 127, Scorecount 111. Samson 97, Drahuzga 86, Emsley 70, Ryan 63, Farnham 15, and Cetra 7. And with your normal hand broken, how did you do that? Yes, you can participate, DK. You just literally play along at the same time as everybody else. If you want to be the hot seat player, you just need to enter in the room code that's coming up in a moment. But if you don't want to be the one in the hot seat, then you can just play as a spectator and earn XP like everybody else has done in this case. And this is where everybody stands on the XP table. And as you can see there, yeah, Samster with a broken sprite. Apparently everybody else has good sprites at this point for some reason. Don't know why that is. I'm guessing I divided something. Who won on this game? Well, in one sense, it was Emsley, and in another sense, it was Clive. Because there's sort of two games being played at the same time, so yeah, it's not a case of really who wins in this one. It's more a case of if you manage to get through and bail or something, then yeah, I guess you won technically. When it comes to the sort of the winning line situation, then yeah, I guess being the one to play the Wonderwall would be the winner. Yeah, everyone's a winner, exactly. Farnham Ref, it's one of those kind of things. All right, let's get the next lobby up. AUQK is the next lobby. If you want to be a hot seat player, put your name down and give the room code of AUQK. Has anyone won the million in this game? Yes. Clive has had that achievement. I believe Clive is the only one to have held that achievement. Clive's gotten very close many times as well to also doing it many, many, many times. But yes, Clive has done it twice. Yes, twice. And has also gotten 500,000 a few times as well. So yes, a very good contestant on the Wonderwall here. So it should be fairly easy, DK, to play along. The easiest thing is you just need to answer with the number of the answer on the board. As the one in the hot seat, you get a few extra controls to the game, such as pitting, passing, and bailing, and pit stops. All that kind of stuff. It's all fairly explanatory, and I'll guide you through it if you happen to be the next one picked up. So yeah, the situation of the weekend. So Friday was a great night. That was the Jungle Line. Nothing wrong with that that night at all. And then it all happened from Saturday onwards. Pit and passing, yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly, Farnham, exactly. So the net result of what happened is that I'm no longer in Papasol. We went to play a gig in Barcelona as Papasol, and I had probably the worst weekend of my entire life in Barcelona. I felt that excluded from everything. The gig itself was god awful. It was in a lovely place, but yeah, it was a god awful gig because we initially had the schedule set that we would be able to soundcheck from 5:30 because they'll be in the other room having dinner. You'll get some food at maybe 6:30, and then you start playing at 8 and you finish at 10. Fine, no problem with that schedule at all. Now, I don't want to badmouth the actual band, really, Samster. They're good. They are good people. it's the band of Papa Soul, and sort of how it works is it grinds against the kind of being I am, and it's the whole event of this just kind of snowballed, and everything just escalated, and it all got a bit crazy. But yeah, we were scheduled 8 until 10 to play, and that would be it. But due to them overrunning their meal by a little bit, and then overrunning their speeches, because this is a wedding, by the way, sorry, I didn't say this was a wedding, their speeches ran for 2 hours. I don't know any wedding I've ever been to where anyone would have the patience to sit and listen to speeches for 2 hours. Now, the main reason why it was 2 hours is because we were in Spain, and the group of wedding party members were a mixture of English and Catalan members. So you do realise why it was 2 hours long. It's because they had to translate all the bloody speeches from English to Catalan and from Catalan to English, including all of the terrible jokes. And get this, also, who do you think was the one in charge of arranging the entire event as well? I'll give you one guess. The owner of Whiskers. No, if it was the owner of Whiskers, then stuff would actually happen. No, the organizer of the event was the groom. And of course you know where the groom is at this time when they're overrunning the speeches and that. They're in a room that we're not allowed to go into. You know, all that kind of jazz. So we're trying to wait for when we're supposed to be playing, and the groom, the one we're supposed to be talking to, is stuck. Groom. So yeah, they finished their speeches by 9:30, and we were supposed to finish playing at 10, and we were set up outdoors because it's a lovely place to play outdoors. So once they finished the speeches and came out, it came to pass that we couldn't play any time after 10. Because there are neighbours and noise pollution and that kind of crap. So, solutions that were there were we play from 9:30 to 10. Wasn't going to happen because, oh, by the way, this wedding was for a friend of one of the band members. So we didn't want to ruin their fun at all. So that was out of the question. Second one was play from 9:30 on till 11 and hope that the neighbours don't complain. Nope, didn't go with that. Third one, don't play at all. Nope, didn't want to do that. Fourth one, why don't you move all of the gear that's currently set up outside and move it into the room where we had all of the dinner, and then play indoors. So 9:30, we then moved all the gear in, and of course it takes a while to move all the gear and set it all back up again. Quarter to 11, we start playing. We finished playing at quarter to 12. We didn't bother doing a full 2 sets. We just did one hour long set. Yeah. Oh, and also this was all being held in a place called Girona, which was 2 hours out of the way of Barcelona. So they had at least graciously arranged a coach journey to pick us from Barcelona, to get us there, and also to do the journey back. I wasn't told and didn't know that they were picking up at 2 in the morning. Also, by this point, I was up for well over 36 hours. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And also, so by that point, I was tired as all heck. I couldn't handle it. I had a breakdown once we finished playing, completely and utterly broke down. But we managed to get on the coach eventually at 2 in the morning. I just wanted to get some sleep at the coach, hoping that I could do because we're on the way back home. No, of course not, because the entire wedding party that's still on the coach, because of course the band and the wedding party are on the same coach. They're all drunk out of their minds, and they're just making the loudest noise possible on a coach. So yeah, we get dropped off in Barcelona at 3:30 in the morning. I was nearly awake for 40 hours now by this point. And we finally get to the place where we're actually staying. Oh yeah, by the way, my so-called my bandmates at the time, they were also in the group partying, and they didn't notice that I was struggling to sleep, or they didn't care that I needed to sleep or anything like that. So yeah. So I was in the worst mood of my entire life at that point. And me and my infinite wisdom, I didn't really make myself emotionally aware to other people that I was that frustrated, because I am very selfless. I don't normally get too emotional anyway about things, or don't make it at least present. But yeah, and then I tried to make the best of it on the Sunday in some way, but hardly got to see any of Barcelona. Flew back on the Monday, and when I finally got in the door back home, I broke down once again and uttered the words to myself that I was so thankful that I got back home. The fact that I'd gone to such a wonderful place like Barcelona, and it looks absolutely awesome. The fact that I was happy to be home just says it all. Oh yeah, I'm not dwelling on it anymore, Lupine. I've talked this through with many people now, and it's getting easier and easier. Today has been a much better day for me. But yeah, it's been a crap old weekend. Like I say, the worst weekend I've ever had. I mean, there's definitely some learning points for me personally as well, to generally be more selfish. To be honest, because yeah, it's my selflessness that got me in this way, and also just venting the emotions more regularly as well. So yeah, suffice to say, I'm not in the band anymore. There are a couple of people that have contacted me since to say that they want me back in the band, but I don't think it's going to happen. The disorganization in the band, and things like these, where we're always trying to curry favor with the wedding party, regardless of what we had agreed on in the past, regardless of how it's going to affect the band members, emotional state in any way. That's not compatible with the way I think and the way I want to, play in bands. So at that point, it was just too much, breaking point, and I called it there. So that is it with that. So yeah, you gotta look after number one, indeed, Farnham, indeed. That's a good one. So yeah, thank you very much for everyone that said lovely messages and got in contact with me, and just wanted to just chat and all that. It was greatly appreciated, and it helped me get through the one of the darkest weekends I've ever been in, mentally speaking. It's not been fun, but I managed to get through it, mostly with you guys' help. Dear me. Sorry, I'm breaking down a bit again. But it's happy tears this time. It's happy tears. Alright, let's get this game underway. Sorry about that. So let's get this game underway. You've been waiting far too long. Let's get it going. Ninja Warrior Boy, you are the next one up. Good luck. There is your board, and here's your 15 seconds of inspection time. Study it all. And if you are ready to play, here comes your first question. Which British county is home to Cooper's Hill, where an annual cheese rolling event takes place? What's with the UK question? Gloucestershire is correct. What event do the French celebrate on July the 14th? Incorrect. Correct answer was Bastille Day. Which composer wrote Dies Irae? Who wrote this question? I wonder, is this Elias that wrote this question? Shrugs. There is a reason why I've specifically thought that Elias may have written this question. I'll say it after. Passing that question, okay. In which sea is the Isle of Man? Another kind of UK-ish question. Well, technically British Isles rather than UK. I'm going to use about a minute of your time, Ninja Warrior Boy. Also, welcome, Royal. Good to see you. Still have one pass. You still have both your pits as well. Don't forget, you have your pits. Irish is correct. In which country did the tango dance originate? Incorrect. Correct answer was Argentina. Bailout is now active. Which Kieran J. Callanan song was the origin for the 2017 Screaming Cowboy meme? DK, you just need to answer with the number you think is the right answer that's on the board here. So, for example, if you thought that this question was the answer of Emerald, you would give the number 16. You're going to pass that one. No more passes left. From which country does pizza originate? And as a spectator, you still can get points for questions that aren't currently on the screen, as it were. The ones that have already been answered or have been passed on. From which country does pizza originate? Italy is correct. What political practice was started by Elbridge Gerry? You used half your time. You still have both your pits left to use up. No more passes. You can't get a question wrong, though. There's your first pit. Here's the question again. What political practice was started by Elbridge Gerry? As I say, no more wrong answers from this point onwards. No more passes. You still have the one pit left, and you are back in play. Oh, you did write this question, Elias. That was the correct answer. What is the name given to the larva of a butterfly? Gerrymandering, by the way, was the answer to that previous question. 1 minute and 20 left. Caterpillar is correct. Which Indian chief led the Sioux tribe against General Custer? God, this takes me back to year 7 history. You got 1 minute left. Still have the one pit left to use up. Sitting Bull is correct. What are enjoying in a French restaurant if you are eating escargot? What are you enjoying in a French restaurant if you are eating escargot? 45 seconds left. Still have the one pit left to use up. Don't forget about that. That gives you a free 15 seconds extra time. Snails is correct. 30 seconds left. What gemstone is traditionally given for a 40th wedding anniversary? That's your last pit. Here's the question again. What gemstone is traditionally given for a 40th wedding anniversary? 7 of 10 on the way there. You'll have to answer that again in a moment, Ninja Warrior Boy. Now answer it. You may have to answer something else first because it'll be a duplicate message. Or don't answer a number. 20 seconds. Just some other text. Or to whisper to the bot. 15 seconds left. Now say a number. That was incorrect, I'm afraid. Unlucky. That was the wrong answer. The correct one was Ruby. And also, that bug still actually exists, apparently. Yeah, that bug still exists. Oh, well. Unlucky on that one. Yeah, it's one of those that kind of... it's definitely a good bug, yeah. Don't fix it. Let's see those past questions. So, which composer wrote Dies Irae? That was Verdi. And which Kieran J. Callanan song was the origin for the 2017 Screaming Cowboy meme? That was Big Enough. I guess it was. All right. Well, Clive, again, top of the board there with the XP, but Samster Tipster very close behind. Score count, Emsley and Drahuska still with 100 scores on that one. Everyone below that was less than 100. We've got Lupine, Ryan, Farnham, Random Zombie, DK. There you got 74 points on that one, DK. Ninja Warrior Boy, Puzzle Down Cetra, Elmeister, and Insane Burb. And it was a strikeout on that one. Ninja Warrior Boy, there you are. 9th place as the best, one of the best, the 9th best strikeout results we've had in the game. And that's where everybody stands XP-wise. Samster's still in the lead by, well, 5 and a bit thousand XP. But I think we're just going to sort of gloss over that and just say, yeah, that's insurmountable. Let's move on to the next lobby. ECXI is your lobby code. You didn't know what to say to bail. You just say bail, Ninja Warrior Boy. Just say bail. All of the actions in here at Wonderwall are very kind of obviously named. So if you want to bail, you just say bail. If you want to pit, you just say pit. You want to pass, you just say pass. You know, it's you would have bailed. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, there seems to be an interesting mix of UK questions going on at the moment, Elmeister. But there you go. Entry code 11. Yeah, I get that one, Insane Burb, with the Roman numerals. Rank. I guess rank works still. It sort of works. Yeah, that Dies Irae could have led to oof moments as a Requiem movement, and any composer wrote a Requiem would have written one. That's true, yeah. I wonder who wrote all these British questions. Are these happening to be old Wonderwall questions from the Winning Lines book, Farnham? Yeah, so the reason I thought that Elias was the author of the question, of the Dies Irae question, is because way back when I made the Centurion bomb and mission, I added in a little Easter egg that I never told anybody about, and Elias was the first person to encounter said little Easter egg. So when you get to the end of the bomb, before you've managed to solve the final module of the bomb, which is something called Forget-Me-Not, if you're not aware. It's supposed to it's kind of like a cumulative module that exists across the entirety of the bomb, and you've got like this multi-stage code you have to enter in. So yeah, during that moment I interrupt the normal game music that's playing, and I instead inject and play Dies Irae instead. And yeah, the first time that you encountered that, Elias, I remember you sharing that YouTube video. It was an unlisted video. I'm sure it hasn't been seen since. I don't think I got the code anymore either. But you had fun with it, I bet, because you said he did it. Oh, it was just. He did this. He's long gone, yeah. I mean, it was a great thing that you shared with me, Elias, because it's like there's exactly the kind of reaction I wanted to get out of it. So yeah, it was a good little moment at the end there, and I say only a few. Now it seems to be quite a few actually have actually managed to finish the Centurion. Is it Candela is his name? Candela HS. It's the one that's doing the EFM, that's potentially submitting it for AGQ 2020 as an EFM run. It's an interesting idea. I don't know if they'll pick it up though, because I feel it's probably going to be a bit too boring for an hour and a half. But if it gets through, I'll be amazed. To be completely transparent, I haven't got the answer book open in front of me, so I've got a fair few. All right, fair enough. Does anyone go to CEX to look at the DVDs to see if there's hidden gems sometimes I go to CEX, don't worry about it. I haven't actually been in for a while, but used to a few years ago. Just go in every now and then just to see if there was any DVDs or games or anything that just sort of slipped through the net, and great stuff to go and watch. But not much anymore. Alright, that's enough waffling for this lobby. Let's get the next game underway. Let's see who it's going to pick. Insane Burb. You are the next contestant up. Good luck. Bye, 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 bye. We'll walk you through it, Insane Burb. It'll all be good. Apparently 1 million is one of the options on the board. Here are your answers. Take them in. And if you are ready, here is your first question. What type of china is white, thin, and semi-transparent? What type of china? Probably not talking about the country at this point. Porcelain is correct. Which animal won the race between the tortoise and the hare in Aesop's Fables? In Aesop's Fables, which animal won the race in the tortoise and the hare? Apparently we have both phrasings of the same question. Tortoise is correct. Which American rappers' albums include Revival, Kamikaze, and the Slim Shady LP? Oh, that was a little funny to see. Eminem is correct. What is the capital city of Nigeria? That's 1 minute used, 3 minutes remaining. Still have both passes and both pits, and you haven't gotten a question wrong. There's your first pass. Which biblical character's wife turned to a pillar of salt for looking back to see the destroyed city of Sodom, or Sodom? It happens, Elias. Incorrect. Correct answer was Lot. That's your first wrong. What is the name of Victoria Beckham's first child? Victoria Beckham's first. Two minutes and 20 left. You still have both pits. There is your first pit. Here's the question again. What is the name of Victoria Beckham's first child? 3 of 20 on your way to the million doots. You've got one wrong. You still have one pass. This is your first pit, and you are now back in play. Harold Beckham. Madge Beckham. Incorrect. Correct answer there was Brooklyn. Bailout is now active. Which French town shares its name with a citrus fruit? Which of these is a French town and also a citrus fruit? Minute and 45 remaining. Orange or orange is correct. Who was the first Tsar of Russia, known as the Terrible? Ivan is correct. A spinning wheel of fireworks is named after which saint? Catherine is correct. Which boxing film starred Robert De Niro and was directed by Martin Scorsese? Minute and 20 left. Still have one pass, still have one pit. You can't get a question wrong, though. Get a pass, no more passes left now. The Mystery of the Missing Hot Pot Recipe is a video game based on which British soap opera? 1 minute remaining. The Mystery of the Missing Hot Pot Recipe. Don't know, you still have a pit to have a think about it. Coronation Street is correct. What name is given to water flavoured with extracts from herbs, spices, vegetables and bones? 40 seconds left. You still have one pit left to use. Stock is correct. 30 seconds left. Which organ has the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum? Still have a pit to use up. 20 seconds left. Yeah, I can. There's your last pit. Here's the question again. Which organ has the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum? 8 of 20 on your way. Got about 20 seconds left when we come back out of this pit, and you're back in play. 18 seconds. Small intestine is correct. 15 seconds left. Who is the lead singer of The Move, ELO, and Wizard? If you want to leave with money, you must bail. There is the bail, and you are out of there with 40,000 doots. Congratulations. Whew. Right, let's see those questions. So, the first one that was passed was, what is the capital city of Nigeria? That was Abuja. Which boxing film starring Robert De Niro and was directed by Martin Scorsese? That was Raging Bull. And your bailed out question was, who was the lead singer of The Move, ELO, and Wizard? That was Roy Wood. Yeah, it is a stressful thing, isn't it, Insane Burb? But, yeah, some great quizzing there. And Clive once again on the top of the board there with Royal Flush in second place. Welcome, Royal Flush. Yeah, I've played this game. I played it basically as a local game, so I don't get the stream delay situation. And I still didn't do... I did well, but I didn't do completely and utterly perfectly well. Didn't get to the millions, so... So yeah, Clive first, Royal Flush second, then Farnham, then Tipster, Lupine, Samster, Random Zombie Score Count, DKS, Drahuska rounds off the top 10. Then we've got Emsley, Ninja Warrior Boy, Ryan, Insane Burb, Cetra, Puzzledan, and Elmeister. That was a bail, but I'm afraid it's probably not one of the best 15 bails that we've had so far. No, Clive still holds that record there with his million dupe prize. Oh, there I am. There I am there. 18 of 20 I got. That's my best performance. My one and only performance. There we go. And that's where everybody stands on the XP table. As I say, Samster's score is pretty much insurmountable at this point. So we definitely need to do an XP reset at some point, but all the newer players to this game, you can see how well you're doing compared to other people. And let's get to the new lobby. We still have 166 questions to use up. And it's ZQXR or ZQXR. Oh, is Dylan going to bed? Good night, Dylan. Have a good sleep. Worst Scrabble leftover letters. Yeah, pretty much. Yes, go back to the danger zone. Oh God. You say that I am British, Emsley. I am technically partly American. So that's why I do have American tendencies at times. But I am British by birth in a, proper immigration sense, but yeah, I am partially American, so I do mask that well. Yes, I mean, my dad is technically completely American, but he's lived out all but 3 years of his life in the UK. So he's pretty much UK, but he is technically American. Actually, if I'm being more particularly accurate, he's American Spanish, and I'm saying in that particular order because he was born in Spain, but as an American citizen. So yeah. That's some interesting trivia you never needed to know about my family. So yeah, I have American family, and my grandma on my dad's side is technically Spanish by birth, but again, she's also lived the majority of her life in the UK now, so she's British as well. So yeah, I'm proper multicultural me. just lots of white. So yeah. Oh god, not the buttery biscuit base. Not the buttery biscuit base. The wobble base, wobble base, wobble 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 base, wobble 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 base. God, that's difficult to say, isn't it? I haven't seen Great British Bake Off for a while, Ninja Warrior Boy. Like ever since it went over to Channel 4, I've not really bothered to watch it. And honestly, I haven't even seen much of MasterChef stuff or even Celebrity MasterChef. MasterChef? Chef? What the hell's Chef? MasterChef stuff. Soggy Bombs. Well, I know that's a thing, Farnham, but... Blech. You haven't watched GBBO since that guy with the jumpers. What are you saying? The guy with the jumpers. Mel and Sue, they've always gone together because they've existed as a comedy partnership for God knows how long. Whereas, yeah, Noel and Sandy, they are great people in general, but I don't think they've ever been in a proper sort of, you know, comedy partnership like Mel and Sue have. He had nice jumpers, what were all knitted and... That's... What are you talking about, Ben? I mean, Ant and Dec, they're just Ant and Dec. They're kind of incomparable. They are their own unit, basically. Oh, I know the word, Ben, but it's just the way it's talking about it. It's just that he had nice jumpers, but were all knitted, and it is proper English what you're saying, like. Oh, and then Dick and Dom, they were a thing as well, weren't they? Yeah, Dec and Ants doesn't have the same ring at all. They'll still be getting entertainment. Of course they will do score count, yeah. Like forever and ever and ever. And for anyone outside of the UK, it'd be like, who are these people you're talking about? They're good people, they are, but they are, like, Ant and Dec are proper British. They're proper Northern, proper British. Because they come from Newcastle, like. It's Ben, he's a commoner that's growing Nazi stuff is all an act. Yeah, I know. You can't really shout any louder than caps lock now, can you, these guys with saying bogies? Geordieland, yes. At least you're saying the right thing, that you are saying Geordieland and not one of the other potential lands that are in the UK. Yes, Ant and Dec hosting Britain's Got Talent is indeed true. Alright, we've wittered on for far too long. Okay, that's it. That's a way of being able to shout a bit louder for bogeys. Congrats. I think Random Zombies won that one. You want to drop out, Ben? Just say quit or leave to actually to drop out of the lobby, I believe. There you go. You are out of the lobby. Alright, let's pick... No worries. Let's pick the next hot seat player. Let's see who it's going to be. Cetra, you are the next contestant up. Good luck, Cetra. Oh, please, we're not using the GTA meme now, are we, Cetra? Here is your wall of 49. And this is your 15 seconds of inspection time. Wow, that almost rhymes. So did that. Oh, that's weird. I may have to remember that for later. Here's your first question. What is the name given to a female dog? Oh yeah, this is the sketchy one that's actually on the adult tag. You're passing that one. Which Rocky Horror Picture Show song involves a jump to the left and then a step to the right? Yeah, I'm guessing that I didn't exclude the adult tag, Elias. That one's on me. That one is on me. And you're welcome, Elias. I mean, it is a proper term, Captain, and that is exactly why it kind of came into in sort of dispute there. Okay, that's the second pass. Full name required. Which Coronation Street character has been in the soap from the beginning? I so apologise to you, Cetra, for this kind of question. This is not the kind of question that you would want to see. This is very UK. It's Curry Night, yeah. So yeah, you can have a guess, because you've not used any strikes yet. You might as well guess, just to get this question out of the way. Oh, Ken Barlow is correct, though. Mjolnir, which always returned to its thrower, was what type of object? Indeed, Elias. Yeah, it was less TOS and just more Spirit of the Stream. So the hammer is correct. What tournament structure allows players a single loss before being removed from the tournament for another? Hint, hint. Duel tournament. Double elimination is correct. In Cockney rhyming slang, what does London fog mean? You used half your time. You still have both your pits. No more passes, but you can get stuff wrong. What does London fog mean? No, it's a dog. David Jason plays which character in Only Fools and Horses? Another UK question. Jeez. David Jason plays which character in Only Fools and Horses? One and a half minutes remaining. That is incorrect. Correct answer was Del Boy. Bayonet is active. The overture to which of Rossini's operas was featured as the theme for the Long Ranger? I thought the Lone Ranger. 1 minute and 15 remaining. Still have both your pits to use up. You can't get a question wrong, though. One minute remaining. There's your first pit. Here's the question again. The overture to which of Rossini's operas was featured as the theme for the Lone Ranger? You got 3 of 20 right on your way up to the million. Can't get anything wrong now. No more passes. And you're now back in play. William Tell is correct. In Jerry Halliwell's 2001 hit single, what was it raining? $40 seconds left. You still have one pit left to use. And you can bail as well. Here's your second pit. Here's the question again. In Jerry Halliwell's 2001 hit single, note someone else has already sung it in the past as well. What was it raining? And you're now back in play. 33 seconds left. Men, hallelujah, is the right answer. Which military leader was defeated at the Battle of Waterloo? 20 seconds left if you don't know it. Napoleon Bonaparte is correct. You must bail with some money. In which year did the Battle of Waterloo take place? Wow! These two questions stacked upon each other. 10 seconds left. You have to bail if you want to leave with some money. Wow! 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 You can't write the... You just can't write the script, can you? Wow, that's amazing. Amazing. Any two-set fans out there, they'll get that reference. So, those past questions. What is the name given to a female dog? It is, unfortunately, it is a bitch. It's not a rude word in that context. Hashtag family friendly. Which Rocky Horror Picture Show song involves a jump to the left and then a step to the right? That is the time warp. Let us do the time warp again. In which year did the Battle of Waterloo take place? That was 1815. All right. Tipster was the top of the board that time with 157. Clive, you've been pushed down into second place on that round. Only 7 points off, though, mind. There's Emsley, Samster, Final Ref, Score Count, Lupine, Random Zombie, DKS, and Ryan rounds off the top 10. Then it was Drahuska in 11th, Puzzle Dan 12th, Insane Bub 13th, Ninja Warrior Boy 14th, Cetra 15th, and Elmeister 16th. Cetra, that's not good enough for the best wins board, I'm afraid. And that's where everybody's now standing at the moment. DKS, he moved up into 77th place. Elmeister, you're into 69th. Ninja Warrior 65th. Insane Bub, you're in 55th. Ryan, you're up to 30th. Puzzle Dan 22nd, Emsley 20th. Cetra 14th. Drahuska 13th. Tipster 11th. Farnham 7th, Clive 6th, Random Zombie 5th, Lupine 4th, Score Count 2nd, and Samster in the Insurmountable 1st. Let's get another lobby underway. Okay. What is with this freaking stream? Wow. What is this stream? God. Nice. The stream is getting emotional. The stream is getting emotional. That's what it is. It's become it's become all emotional and everything. Hello, Whiskers. You want to say hello again? Let's get the puss in not so many boots. Hello there, Whiskers. Let's see, do I have a full webcam mode? No, I don't, but I've got the intro cam at least. Oh, we're in the void. Hello, void. Void. How you doing, Whiskers, eh? You're being very good today. Normally when I hold you up like this, you don't want to be here. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. All right. I'll put you down again. Yeah, Boots should let you in, shouldn't it, Elias? But unfortunately it does not. Apparently you can't have a picture without a bus. Oh my god. Oh, Whiskers his best puppy. What? Okay. Void, where's Warwick Davis? Yes, the terrible Void, indeed. Oh, I ended up playing a lot of that on the flight over to Barcelona. I actually did quite well on Tenable. I wish I had applied for that. I also played a bit of Impossible. I didn't do that well on the Impossible app. So that's concerning for if I get accepted. I haven't heard anything this week, by the way, from the producers. They said they will get in contact with me sometime this week about the Impossible thing. So still have Thursday and Friday to wait for that. And if they don't reply back in those 2 days, then I can only presume that I did not get through. So hopefully I hear something back, and hopefully I get on. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Sometime this week usually means later Friday. I mean, yeah, that's probably right, Tipster. I need to give you another brush, don't I, Whiskers? Alright. Let's get the next game underway. Who is it going to pick this time round? It has picked Drahuska to be the next contestant up. Good luck, Drahuska. Oh, well, you say. You'll do well, Drahuska, don't worry. Here is your wall of 49. And there's your 15 seconds of inspection time. Yes, I did remember that rhyme. I now need a fourth rhyme to end this. And I can't think of one at the moment. Brainstorm, people. Here's your first question. Which TV detective is famous for his shabby raincoat and cheap cigars? Columbo is correct. The famous scientist Nobel had what first name? Yes, I will let you know if it's going to be the last one, Catnip. We've just gone past 1 hour of stream, so we've still got a while to go. Nobel had what first name? Alfred is correct. Which dog is traditionally trained for mountain rescue and carries a barrel of rum? Oh, that's a good one, Catnip. Yeah, okay, I'll take that one. That's pretty good. Gonna pass that one. That's your first pass. In which sport are large, round, flat stones slid across ice? Use 1 minute of time. Still one pass, still both pits. Curling, very popular in Canada. That is correct. What was pink according to the 1970 song by The Scaffold? What was pink? Gonna pass that one. No more passes left. 2.5 minutes remaining. Full name required. Who was Princess Anne's first husband? UK royalty question, I guess. Mark Phillips is correct. Which film told the story of the life of Mozart? Two minutes remaining. Amadeus is correct. What do border collies help a farmer to control? Sheep is correct. The dog from Air Bud, Buddy, also starred in what sitcom as Tanner, family dog Comet, alongside Bob Saget and the Olsen twins? Saget. You haven't gotten a question wrong yet. You still have loads of strikes to play with. Incorrect. Correct answer was Full House. Which aristocrat famously disappeared in 1974 and was later named his nanny's murder in 1975? Yeah, it's a great jinx, isn't it, Samster? That's the role of a question reader. Got about 1 minute left, Drahuski. You still have both your pits to use up. No more passes, though. There's your first pit. Alright, here's the question again. Which aristocrat famously disappeared in 1974 and was later named his nanny's murder in 1975? Murderer, maybe? Anyway, you're back in play, Drahuska. Lord Lucan is correct. The Pharrell Williams song Happy was released for the soundtrack of what movie? 45 seconds left. You can still get a question wrong and continue. You still have one pit remaining. No more passes. Despicable Me 2 is correct. What part of the body do you get a manicure on? 30 seconds remaining. A manicure. You still have one pit left. Fingernails is correct. Who was the Roman goddess of love and beauty? 20 seconds left. 15 seconds. You still have one pit to use up. Incorrect. Correct answer was Venus. According to myth, which powerful island civilization was overwhelmed by the sea? If you want to leave, you need to bail. You still have one pit to use up. 5 seconds left. You're going to bail. And you leave with 40,000 doots. Congratulations. Let's go to the list layout and let's see those past questions. Which dog is traditionally trained for mountain rescue and carries a barrel of rum? That is a Saint Bernard. What was pink? According to the 1970s song by The Scaffold, that was a lily, a pink lily. And your bailed question, according to myth, which powerful island civilization was overwhelmed by the sea? That was Atlantis. Very good game there, and Clive now retaking that spot there in the number one spot for a game. Clive on 179. Then it's Looping, Samster, Tipster, Emsley, Score Count, Final Ref, DKS, Drahuska, and Cetra rounding out the top 10. Ryan in 11th, Random Zombie 12th, Insane Burb 13th, Trio 14th, and Puzzle Down in 15th place there. Drahuska, that's not good enough to be on the top 15 of the best wins board, I'm afraid. Let's see where everybody stands now on the XP tables. Probably not much shifting going around at the moment, although Random Zombie and Clive are only 5 points off of each other, actually, so there could be a lot of shifting around going on there after the next round. Emsley, Puzzle Down, they're fairly close, within a couple of 100 points of each other there. Insane Burb, you shot up to 52nd place, Trader, you're in 56th, and DKS, you're up to 74th place. Let's get another lobby underway. DGIW. Wigged, but in a different order. You did better than expected. That's good to hear, Druska. Yeah, it is a very pressured situation, very stressful, but some people can thrive on that, actually. Dangerous game is wild. Don't give Indigo wigs. Indigo wigs? Who has an indigo wig? Daniel goes insane. Whee! So yes, this has become the new meta of Wonderwall, is or just quiz night in general, is just guessing, giving the room code as if it's an acronym or initialism for something. Oh, you are Daniel, are you, DKS? Oh, right, okay. Makes a bit more sense, I guess. Thank you very much for the bits there, Elmeister. Appreciated. Don't forget, if you want to get an additional 10% on that cheer, use the September emote, cheermote, whatever it's called, and you get an extra 10% just put on top at no additional charge to you. I've got a shill like that, I guess, because I'm on Twitch and I'm a regular content provider. However much I hate to say that I am a content provider, but I am. Don't guess in Wonderwall. I don't know, you can be pretty educated in your guesses, because, you know, the questions, they only have the two answers really on the board, the right answer and the close answer, so, you know, you probably could guess, actually. Dunk Garibaldi's water. Don't go if walking. What if I was running then, Emsley? Do I go then if I'm running? Garibaldi's a blasphemy. Don't panic after all, you're on Wonderwall. Yeah, exactly, that's the one, yeah. Dark green in water. Drunk golf is wet. Drunk golf is wet? Yeah, I could probably see that being a net result to playing golf drunk. You're probably talking about mini golf as well. Oh dear. Drunk golf sounds fun. I don't know about that, random zombie. I have a feeling that holes could take a long time if you're drunk and can't aim for the hole. Had to guess there because I'd like a question I know please occurred multiple times. These hashtags we're coming up with are just a bit ludicrous, really, aren't we? Dumbledore is weird. Oh, I don't discount the fact that there could be pubs with mini golf courses in them, or mini golf courses with pubs in them. They're not mutually exclusive. Hashtag, what do you mean with hashtags? These hashtags are weird. Exactly. Ever see that show Holy Moly? Doesn't ring a bell, but I don't know. I haven't seen it. Right, let's get the next lobby underway. It's extreme mini golf. Oh, is it? How can you make mini golf really extreme then? Don't quite understand that. All right, let's get this lobby underway. Let's see who's going to pick. DKS, you are the next contestant up. Good luck. You will be fine, DK. Alright, this is your border 49. No, I'm not going to bother with the rhyme this time. Oh, bloody hell, I didn't even try and I managed to make it rhyme. Frickin' hell. Here's your first question. What do camels store in their humps? Incorrect. Correct answer is fat. Which absolutely fabulous character is played by Joanna Lumley? Which ab-fab character? Gonna pass that one. Which American city is famous for its car industry, including being known as Motor City? Which American city is Motor City? Detroit is correct. Which river lends its name to an online shopping company invented by Jeff Bezos? Reminds me of the 1 versus 100 question we had. Amazon is correct. In which sport can there be a long leg and a short leg? Which sport? Cricket is correct. Which mythological figure has a name meaning having all gifts and herself opened a gift containing the world's evils? Pandora is correct. 2.5 minutes remaining. What is the name for a baby oyster? You've got one question wrong so far. You've used one pass. You still have both your pits remaining. Spat is correct. In Lewis Carroll's book, who went through the looking glass? Probably not Benjamin Britten. Alice is correct. Which part of the human body beats at around 70 to 80 times per minute? Seriously? You can't make baby oyster a baby shark reference. Heart is correct. 1 minute and 40 remaining. Full name required. The Lark Ascending was composed by which English composer? You gotta pass on one. No more passes left. The hummingbird god of war, Huitzilopochtli, was worshipped by what peoples? Thank you for the pronunciation guide in the question. Huitzilopochtli. Aztec is correct. What is the largest living land mammal? 1 minute and 15 remaining. You still have both pits left to use. No more passes though. There is your first pit. Here's the question again. What is the largest living land mammal? 8 of 20 to the million. And if you are ready, we are back in play. Just over a minute left. You can still get a question wrong and continue on. Elephant is correct. What type of bird did the ugly duckling turn into? You've got 45 seconds left. You still have one pit remaining. Swan is correct. Full name required. Who was Queen Elizabeth I's mother? Queen Elizabeth I. Pit. This is your last pit. Here's the question again. Full name required. Who was Queen Elizabeth I's mother? 10 of 20 to the million. Not much time left when we come back in. We are back in play. Just over 30 seconds left. If you want to bail, you can now bail from this point. Incorrect answer. Correct answer was Anne Boleyn. Rylan Clark Neal became famous after appearing on which TV competition show? 15 seconds left. There is the bail. And congratulations. You managed to walk away with 50,000 dukes. Well played. There's some difficult questions in there. So, the first one that was passed. Which AbFab character is played by Joanna Lumley? That was Patsy. Lark Ascending was composed by Ralph Vaughan Williams. Not Benjamin Britten was the name that I picked out. And the bail that question, Rylan Clark Neal. Isn't he the guy that's now hosting Supermarket Sweep? Rylan Clark Neal became famous after appearing on which TV competition show? That was The X Factor. Very good performance there, DKS. And doing a damn fine lot. I need to check it out then, I guess, if he is doing a good job of hosting Supermarket Sweep. Samster top of the ball this time. And Clive only as good as third this time, in fact. Wow. Wow, look at that. So Samster in first, then Tipston, then Clive. Lupine, then Farnham. Trioda score count. Emsley, Insane Burb, and Drahuska rounds out the top 10. Then we've got Ryan, Random Zombie, Cetra, DKS, Elmeister, and Puzzle Dan. That was your best performance that we've had so far from you, DKS, but unfortunately not good enough to make the top 15 board. And that's where everybody's standing now. And Clive has now leaped ahead of Random Zombie. now into 5th place. Random Zombie down into 6th. Farnham still holding on to 7th there. And pretty much not much moving elsewhere apart from at the bottom of the board there. Insane Burbers up to 50th. Trioda into 52nd. Elmeister into 65th. And DKS up into 69th place. Okay, let's get another lobby underway. OGUE is the next lobby code. Let me catch up with everything. You were going to ask who has been watching the new Supermarket Sweep. I haven't watched it yet, so... Oh, he also hosted Babushka. Oh, did he? Oh, okay. That's another one I need to check out, I guess. He's great at it, but he's by far the best part of the show. Oh, so the actual show itself probably couldn't really exist without Rylan being there? Is that what you're sort of saying? Wait, it's being done at an hour long? Supermarket Sweep being an hour long? How the hell does that work? That's disgusting. I cannot see Supermarket Sweep lasting an hour long. Wow. That's a lot of padding and elongated contestant introductions they're having to do. Okay. Oh, use up layers. Oh, got you envious. I'm so nervous. Rogue room code. Babushka was meh. Alright, okay. An inherently bad idea. Alright. Stretch it too far. Be okay weekly, but they're doing daily. So it's a daily 1 hour long show. Ugh. Yeah, I can't see how that could even work properly for Supermarket Sweep. That just sounds way too long. I spent less time in Sainsbury's than watching Supermarket Sweep. Doesn't work as a daily show. It's not much what. I mean, if it's like a once weekly or like one of these sorts of like every now and then it's a nice celebrity special thing, then I can understand it being an hour long because celebrities can easily pad for a long period of time. But if it's just sort of like a regular contestant show, like Civilian Show or something, daily and being an hour long, it's so crazy to think that a show that used to be half an hour long daily can even exist being a full hour long without it feeling drawn out and boring in places. Holds the attention but is not must watch. Okay, fair enough. I watch Monday and Tuesday and I've already had enough for a few days. Fair enough, okay. So I guess it's one of those cases of I'll watch it once and see what it's like and then go from there, I guess. Oh, now we're talking about the daily syndicated version of Millionaire, are we? Well, they don't have Millionaire over in the States anymore now, do they? I've watched one episode of the new Press Your Luck, Elias. Maybe 2, actually. No, I've watched 2. And it's alright. And the new bonus game it's alright. Yeah, it is alright. But, there's nothing special in comparison to the original, really. Oh, the series just ended over there for the Press Your Luck. Fair enough. Press Your Luck bonus round is not particularly sob story. I mean, the prizes in the bonus round are always sort of oriented towards the contestants playing. But it's not overly sob story-ish. It's enough to be able to just cover the contestants' background and what they actually want prizes for and that kind of thing. And sometimes it is a bit kind of like, oh, we've got a kid, so we need to get all this stuff ready for a kid and all that, whatever. But it's not sob story like you see on X Factor or whatever Country's Got Talent, that kind of thing. That's sob story, and I hate that. I hate how X Got Talent has now become so utterly formulaic. It's disgusting to watch now. X got a sub story, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I just don't find it interesting watching those Got Talent shows anymore. Like, if I want to watch anything from a Got Talent show, it's always going to be on YouTube, and I always skip the sob story stuff. I just want to see the actual specific talent of a person, not, oh, I've gone through hardship and all this kind of stuff to get to this point, and then do a decent talent. Okay, maybe, you know, if it's gone through like personal disability and that kind of thing, then fair enough. The sob story part makes sense, and you know, you would have to take that into account. But if it's just a case of, oh, I'm doing this as it's a sort of a memory for my family, it's like, well, that shouldn't have any real bearing on your specific talent that we're trying to judge. Maybe that's me being a bit kind of like emotionless, but you know, it's too set. This is what I was sort of referring to before with the whole amazing thing. Two Set sum it up a lot. So they do a lot of. They've done two episodes now of sort of reacting to classical music at X Got Talent, and their reactions are pretty much equivalent to mine. It's like if you play classical music that is really difficult, really technical to play, but no one knows it and it's not popular, then the show is written in such a formulaic way that it's supposed to make you feel like you're boring and the music that you're playing is utterly boring. But as soon as you do something really popular, or you do Flight of the Bumblebee at the fastest speed possible but missing all the notes, then people are like, oh my god, you can do that thing, amazing. But it's not classical music at that point, it's just popularist bullcrap. So yeah, there's it's a bit of crap really these days. Used to be a bit better. Although judges like Piers Morgan, I bloody hated being there, despite him being, you know, he's a polarizing opinion as a judge, I guess. But at least in the older series, they didn't really bother too much with the sob story stuff. But now it's just that becomes the majority of the show now. Anyway, here we are with just standard questions. There are no emotions behind these questions. They are just questions and answers. They have no sob story. Let's get the next game underway. Who's it going to pick? This time it has picked Tipster to be the one in the hot seat. Good luck, Tipster. The penguin is in the hot seat. Here is your 15 seconds. And your 49 answers. The 1 million has returned to the board, apparently. And here is your first question. Which charity assembly sang Do They Know It's Christmas in 1984? A music question for Tipster. Just trying to find the answer on the board, though. Band-Aid is correct. In which sport would you score 5 points for scoring a try? Which one would you score 5 points for? Rugby union is correct. Which musical explores the relationship between Elphaba and Glinda, and originally featured Kristin Chenoweth and Idina Menzel, or should I say Galinda, maybe? Maybe that's a spoiler alert because I've seen it. Elphaba and Glinda / Galinda. Incorrect. Correct answer was Wicked. What is the piece of metal with an internal screw thread that is used with a bolt? What is the piece of metal with an internal screw thread that is used with a bolt? Nut is correct. One of the Arabian Nights stories features what man's confrontation with 40 thieves? Use just over one of your minutes. You've got one question wrong so far. You still have both passes and both pits available. Alibaba is correct. What is acetic acid more commonly known as? Acetic acid. Vinegar is correct. What maze on Crete was where Ariadne led Theseus to slay the Minotaur? Labyrinth is correct. Who was married to Harold in the soap Neighbours? Gonna pass that one. That's your first pass. Which wrestling finishing move was famously used by Steve Austin in the WWE? The Stone Cold Stunner is correct. How many laps are completed in the traditional Indy 500 race? Probably not 1 million. 200 is correct. Who played Jeeves in Jeeves and Wooster? 1 minute and 50 remaining on your clock. You still have one pass and both pits remaining. You've only gotten one question wrong so far. Fry is correct. Who immediately succeeded Richard Whiteley as the host of UK Countdown? Who immediately succeeded Richard Whiteley? Incorrect. Correct answer was Des Lynam. Bailout is active. What is the world's highest mountain? 1 minute and 20 remaining. Can't get a question wrong now. You still have a pass. You still have both pits to play. This is a bit of a sneaky question. Everest is correct. For what theory used to predict black holes and light bending due to gravity is Albert Einstein famous for? Relativity is correct. 1 minute remaining. In Harry Potter, the post for Hogwarts is delivered by which bird? Owl is correct. Ibiza is an island belonging to which country? 50 seconds left. Here is your first pit. Here's the question again. Ibiza is an island belonging to which country? 12 of 20 on your way to the million doots. Can't get a question wrong. You still have one pass though. And we are back in play. 50 seconds left. Spain is correct. Full name required. Who was Queen of England for only 9 days? 40 seconds left. Who was Queen of England for only 9 days? Jane Grey is correct. How many subscribers must one have to earn a gold YouTube Creator Award? 30 seconds remaining. One pass and one pit still left. 25 seconds. There's your last pit. Here's the question again. How many subscribers must one have to earn a gold YouTube Creator Award? 14 of 20 on your way to the million. Not much time left on your clock. We are back in play. 23 seconds left. 1 million is correct. Which London railway station is the busiest in the UK by number of entries and exits? 15 seconds left. Still have one pass and you must bail if you want to take away the money. There is that bail. Best performance we've had this evening. 100,000 doots from Tipster. Really good performance there. Clive rocketing away there with 238 XP by the end of it, though. Let's see those past and bail questions. First of all there, who was married to Harold in the Stoke Neighbours? That was Madge. You only passed on the one question. You bailed on the last one, though, was which London railway station is the busiest in the UK by number of entries and exits? That is Waterloo. Yes, the Des question definitely stumbled Tipster there. So, yes, Clive top there, then Emsley, then Samsa, final ref score count. Lupine, Ryan, Drahusko, Tipster, and Cetra. That's the top 10. Then we've got Triode 11th, DKS 12th, Insane Burb 13th, Elmeister 14th, and Random Zombie 15th. So, Tipster, that was a good performance from you. Is it your best performance? Yeah, no, because yes, I'm not showing the number of passes on this one, so I think this is right. This is your best performance so far. And that is where everybody, it's your first non-strike performance. Yeah, okay. And that's where everybody stands now on the XP table. On the bottom there, we've got Elmeister up to 62nd, DKS up to 61st, Rioda into 51st, and Insane Burb into 49th. Everyone else is just sort of climbing up XP, but not many particular positions. Clive extending that lead from the Random Zombie there. Close to maybe overtaking Lupine 1, maybe within the next few rounds. We shall see. All right, there's 25 minutes left in this stream that I've got scheduled at least. And we have 107 questions we can still use. So it's definitely going to be 2 lobbies worth, I guess. So this is your 2 lobby warning, Catnip. Your 2 lobby warning. Eoni. Everything or Nothing Interactive. It's an interesting game studio name, that isn't it? Everything or Nothing Interactive. You have your warning color. Well, it depends on how much I pad this particular lobby for. It might be 2, it might be 3. We'll see. We have 107 questions, so we do have enough to be able to play actually 4 full rounds worth. Like I say, Alex, we have enough to be able to play 4 full lobbies out, but that means we'd have to have 4 million Duke winners, really, for that. Challenge everything. You're hoping a Q you wrote earlier comes up. Oh, we'll see what happens. +1 unsuccessful for final ref just to speed it up a bit, yeah. We could always hold on for that hope as well, I guess. Ah, dear. Yeah, the Des line in question did get tips from that one. Yeah, Des line and then Des O'Connor it was, wasn't it? In that order. It'd be funny if you went and won. Yeah, you're pretty much one of those sort of polar opposites, aren't you, Farnham? You either do absolutely terribly or you rocket away all the way to the million. Europeans of the Northern Islands. The questions are still not there, Cetra. Well, if they've been proofed, and they should be coming up in the list, but I can't personally vouch for that information. That would be up to Elias or Score Count or Final Ref to say about that. But yes, RNG is a B word. Every villain is Lemons, otherwise known as evil. Wait. What? What is that all about? Is a female dog, to quote an earlier cue. Indeed, yes. Your car works? What do you mean your car works, Ben? You'll state that I have seen at least one today from the original set of questions when we first started season whatnot. It's good to see that we're still getting some of the old questions coming through. Oh, it's from SpongeBob. Okay, well, I don't know. I had a flat battery after Santorini and only just got it again. Okay, fair enough. Oh, you've just been relying on the Porsche for the last couple of weeks. Oh, such hardship. Such hardship. just a, you know, just a casual flex there. First world problems much. And here's me with no car at all. My car is the Sheffield Super Tram. It's a hard life, but someone's got to live it, eh? I know you didn't mean to brag, Royal. It's just like, oh yeah, just casually dropping I've got a Porsche, yeah. Had old cars before and they've been the only one, yeah. Talk about written for tonight, I don't think I've missed anything, alright. Well, we'll see, Cetra, we shall see. This much, yes, you did meet a Bracula. Thanks, Megs. You've driven Mercedes and Ferraris. Oh, that in F1 2018. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's a fair cop. Yeah. All right, let's get this next lobby underway. Who is it going to pick this time? It is picking Ryan as the next contestant up. Good luck, Ryan. And it is the Wall of 49 once more. And you have 15 seconds of inspection time. Taking all the answers. Is the million still up on the board again? I didn't see it this time round though. And here's your first question. What type of race is the Grand National? I don't know if we did score counts. It was the Indy 500 question that was used. And I saw the answers of 200 and 500 up. Steeplechase is correct. Two lines are said to be perpendicular if the angles they form measure to how many degrees? Oh, 1 million was the YouTube one. Okay, fair enough. Yes. Yes, that's true. Yes. Dang it. Oh well. It was a good answer to be on the board. It's not 1 million degrees, no. 90 was correct. In which Mississippi town was Elvis Presley born? Did I get a Discord notification? I may have done, but it's in streamer mode, so it should be muted. No to self-writing a bunch of questions with 1 million as the answer. Or just have an entire board with 1 millions. There is your first pick, Ryan. Here's the question again. In which Mississippi town was Elvis Presley born? 2 of 20. Not got question wrong so far. Still have both your passes. And you're back in play, Ryan. 2 minutes and 40 remaining. Incorrect. Correct answer was Tupelo. What Latin phrase translates to I think, therefore I am? I think, therefore I am. Which Latin phrase is it? There's your second pit. No more pits after this. Here's the question again. What Latin phrase translates to I think, therefore I am? Still 2 of 20. You still have both passes left to use. And you're back in play. About 2 minutes left. Excuse me. Cognito ergo sum is correct. Which mathematical term is defined as the sum of a set of numbers divided by the quantity of numbers summed? What mathematical term is defined as the sum of a set of numbers divided by the quantity of numbers summed? Hmm. 1 minute and 30 left on the clock. No, mean was the right answer. Bailout is active. In the movie franchise, what's Rambo's first name? 1 minute and 20 left. That's your first pass. Monosodium glutamate has which E number? Monosodium glutamate, or MSG. What E number does it have? Got 1 minute left. Still have one pass left to use. You can't get a question wrong, though. No more pitting either. 50 seconds left. You're gonna bail. You could have passed on that question and seen another question, but instead you bailed. You did get out there with 7,500 doots. Alright, let's see how well everybody did that time. Well, actually, let's see the past questions first. In the movie franchise, what was Rambo's first name? That was John Rambo. And the bailed question, monosodium glutamate has what E number? That is E621. I think the other answer that was on the board was E123. No, the answer was E621. So Lupin and Tipster with the top of the board there, tied on 105. Then it's Samster, then Clive, DKS, Drahuska, Score Count, Royal Flush, Emsley, and Farnham Ref. Then Cetra, Trioda, and Ryan. Unfortunately, not good enough, Ryan, to make it to the best wins board. And this is where everybody stands on the XP table now. Clive up into 5th place, or still in 5th place, should I say, because Random Zombie was still in 6th. Very close to overtaking Connor, potentially. Maybe taking over Lupin, we will see. Trioda, you're up to 49th, and DKS, you are up to 57th place. Ryan, you're up to 25th place. Alright, it's now 1:45. We've still got 2 lobbies in us. So, sorry, that was a preemptive 2 lobby warning previously, Catnip. This is your second 2 lobby warning. have enough questions to do exactly 4 full lobbies of game. But yeah. Well, so this and the next one will be, yeah. Theoretically now, Catnip, yes, that should be the case. So it'll be this one, and then the next one will be the last one. Is now the current plan. Okay. We still have 19 viewers. Thank you very much for everyone that's stuck around for this episode of Wonderwall. We'll probably take you over to Trivia Flash after this. You can go and have fun over there. But we've still got 2 more lobbies to play out of Wonderwall here. Before we do that. If we keep proving live, can we keep playing forever? Technically, Elias, we could. But I don't know how you're going to be able to keep proving that many questions that quickly. Hashtag make Ash stream past his bedtime. Hashtag these hashtags are totally normal. Yeah, they're kind of normal, aren't they, Skullcat? Oh dear. I can easily bash out 25 questions in 10 minutes. The quality may start to drop, yeah. What even is bedtime? I don't know what is bedtime. This is an interesting concept. I need to get... What I'm going to hope to do is when the stream ends, is I'm going to try and actually finally book the Japan holiday stuff, or at least a good amount of it. Such as things like flights and hopefully most of the accommodation. Because I said I was going to do that. And it'll also be kind of like retail therapy for what happened over the weekend as well. Oh yeah, that was the other kicker. Oh yeah, I didn't even say that about the other thing. How much did you think that that I got out of payment wise for that gig over the weekend? I just ran straight into that one, didn't I? I ran completely into that. God damn it. Very good, everybody. Very good. 2 empanadas. Oh, I did have 1 empanada, but that was out of my own pocket. So I'm not going to say the total cost of the full band anyway for this situation, but the amount of money that I got personally out of the entire thing was €50 spending money. Yep. €50 spending money. And for anyone that's ever been to Barcelona and does all the touristy stuff and, you know, goes and gets beers and tapas and things like that, that €50 does not get you that far at all. Luckily, I was only there for a day less than they were. But yeah, 50 whole euros. Yeah, I mean, when I was over there, Lupine, I was literally reading the euro sign as if it was a pound sign in terms of, you know, currency equivalents. But yeah, that was the sum total of everything. So yeah, the actual wedding that the place that we were at, it definitely looked like the venue was, it was very well to do, and like the whole wedding itself easily probably could have cost more than 10,000 euros just on its own, regardless of our costs. But yeah, per band member, 50 euros of spending money, and then the rest that was paid was to go towards travel costs, and gear hire, because we had to hire all the sound equipment and all that stuff that needed to be there. And yeah, there we go. It's a good business they run, isn't it? Always does well when you're trying to, you know, We're just doing it for the exposure kind of stuff. In this case, they were just doing it for the holiday. Yeah, exactly. Comment about dying from exposure. Exactly. Yeah, it's a ton of exposure to UV rays. Exactly. So yeah, there's lots of little things like that I've not even said much about, and I'm not going to bother going any further than that because that's enough of it that you need to know about. All right, let's get this lobby underway, and then we'll be able to do one more after. In the meantime, I'm doing ultra, yeah. Let's see who it's going to pick this time round. There's not many people to pick from this time, to be honest. Let's see. Who is it going to be? Clive. Let's see. Can he get the million again? Good luck, Clive. High expectations, as always. You've done very well in all of these rounds as a spectator. Now, how well will you do in the hot seat? These are your 49 answers. This is your 15 seconds of inspection time that's already halfway done. You better not alt F4 just yet. And here is your first question. Which American harbour is famous for its tea party? Which harbour is famous for its tea party? Bowser's Castle's harbour. Boston is correct. Which car company's name is based on the Latin for I roll? Interesting question, this one. Volvo is correct. In the TV series, who had a housekeeper called Mrs. Doyle? Father Ted is correct. In which American sport is played on a diamond? Baseball is correct. Full name required. Which female tennis player is married to Reddit co-founder Alexis? You got to pass that one, okay? The frustration game, Getting Over It, features a man with a sledgehammer, and in what item? In what item is the man in the game Getting Over It? With Bennett Foddy. Cauldron is correct. Which cartoon character's measurements are officially 19, 19, 19? You've used just over a minute of your time. No questions wrong so far. You've used one pass, should I say. You still have both pits left. Which cartoon character's measurements are officially 19, 19, 19? Interesting question, this one. If the answer were 19, that would have been amazing. Olive oil on 15 was correct. Which invisible colour of the rainbow is to the right of red? Which invisible colour of the rainbow? Ultraviolet is correct. What does the L stand for in the acronym LCD? Liquid is correct. Which band known for the single Breeze Blocks has released the albums An Awesome Wave and Relaxer? That's your last pass. No more passes left. 2 minutes remaining. Which mountain was first ascended by Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay? Mount Everest is correct. In which castle in Berkshire is Queen Victoria buried? Still have both your pits left to use up. There is your first pit. Here's the question again. In which castle in Berkshire is Queen Victoria buried? Bowser's Castle comes up again. 9 of 20 on your way to the million. You're just over halfway of your time used, and you are now back in play. 1 minute and 50 left. Windsor is correct. Which sport sees skaters trying to hit a puck into a goal with a long, flat-bladed stick? A puck. Ice hockey is correct. Which force measuring 9.8 meters per second squared on Earth is the weakest of the 4 fundamental forces? 1 minute and 25 remaining. 9.8 meters per second squared. It's the weakest of the 4 fundamental forces. Which one is it? Pit. This is your last pit. Here's the question again. Which force measuring 9.8 meters per second squared on Earth is the weakest of the 4 fundamental forces? And you're back in play. Gravity is correct. What was Mother Teresa's real first name? Mother Teresa's real first name. You still have the liberty of getting answers wrong. You can still get 2 answers wrong and continue. Agnes is correct. Which European city has the highest amount of bridges in the world? 1 minute remaining. Which European city has the highest amount of bridges? 50 seconds left. I'm going to say you can just get questions wrong. Hamburg is correct. In the Bible, what did Jesus turn water into? 14 of 20 to your way to the million. 40 seconds left. Wine is correct. What name is shared by the final track in the Mario Kart games? 30 seconds left. What name is shared by the final track in the Rainbow Road is correct. What was the first name of the Spanish art Picasso? 16 of 20 to get there. 20 seconds left. 15 seconds left. What was the first name of the Spanish art Picasso? Pablo is correct. Which single-cell fungus changes sugars into alcohol and CO2 and causes... You're gonna bail. 300,000 doots. Very good game and a completely strikeless performance there. Let's see those past questions. So, which female tennis player is married to Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian? That's Serena Williams. Which band known for the single Breeze Blocks has released the albums An Awesome Wave and Relaxer? That is Alt J. And which single-celled fungus changes sugars into alcohol and CO2 and causes dough to rise? That is yeast. Difficult question to read at such a high speed. You probably would have gotten yeast if you had the time to think about it. But yeah, 400,000 doots. Decent performance. Decent performance. But not quite your best performance though, Clive. Samster in first place with 205, then Score Count, then Looping, then Clive, then Farnham, then Tipster, Royal Flush, Emsley, Drahuska, and DKS in 10th, then Citra and Trioda 11th and 12th. As I say, not your best performance. You still hold that record there of being the millionaire. And that is where everybody stands now. Clive now climbs up into 4th place and is now only 400 odd points off of 440 points off of Lupine 1 now. Probably not surmountable in this one round coming up, but very close for future games. Roy Flush, you're into 24th place. Troder, you're up to 49th, and DKS, you're up to 53rd. Okay, this is the final game of this evening. UZPX, this is the final game. Catnip, this is your final game warning. There you go, Catnip. Sort of overtime, yeah, but whatevs. Whatevs. We still have 80 questions to use up. Make this one double XP. Nah, we'll be fine, Sapster. We'll be fine. Stop saying one more game, Elliot. Stop saying it. Famous skateboarder Tony Hawk. Since the question I added was time sensitive, want me to give you the ID if it's unused so we can ask it for posterity? Yeah, I guess. How time sensitive is it? Give me the ID and I'll make a judgment call. Give me the ID and I'll give you a judgment call. I guess it will be more fun. Directors are slow. Ah, okay. I mean, I could just look up questions that you have written recently, I guess, because it is time sensitive. Oh, is it 1934 by any chance? The one about the thing that you were talking to me about earlier? Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. That would be nice if it did happen. And it, as I say, it is semi-time sensitive. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can get through. I don't have a way of forcing a question through, I'm afraid. So, but we will see. Well, I suppose you would Romanize it as Pohui. What are you Romanizing? What's you Romanizing? I don't know what you're Romanizing. Kind of loses relevance, yeah. I guess, but we'll see. It'll be a whatever the odds are of 25 in 80. It'll be a 25 in 80 RNG chance of it coming up on the board, but then also a smaller, slimmer chance of actually being asked. So we will see what happens. Catnip is losing it in vocalize. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but anyway. Let's get the final lobby underway. Did I just say that? I don't know what I just said. Ho hui? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Can I get the final lobby underway? Yeah, I know I just said that, but anyway. Whatever it happens to be, it happens to be. Let's start this off. Who's it going to be? It is the Lupine 1. Good luck, Lupine 1. You are the final contestant. Should I say Ralph? This is the board of 49. This is your inspection time. I can't think of another rhyme. So, God spare me. Whatever. Can't think of anything else anymore after that. Which animals feature in the book Watership Down? Which animals feature in the book Watership Down? Rabbits is correct. Who formalized binomial nomenclature? What kind of question is that? Who formalized binomial nomenclature? Linnaeus is correct. Which town did the legendary Pied Piper rid of rats? Hamlin is correct. Which detective was created by Raymond Chandler and first appeared in The Big Sleep? Incorrect. Correct answer was Marlowe. Which video game announced and added a battle royale mode called Red Death to their multiplayer modes this week? There you go. You got your wish score count. Sid Meier's Civ 6 is correct. The Marie Celeste was found abandoned in which ocean? Atlantic is correct. Who is the only act to win the Mercury Prize twice? Got one question wrong so far. You still have both passes and pits left. 2.5 minutes left on your clock. Who is the only actor to ever win the Mercury Prize twice? PJ Harvey is correct. What title was given to Margaret Thatcher after her resignation? After. Baroness was the right answer on that one. Bailout is now active. Which Carry On actor also appeared in Bless This House? That's your first pit. Here's the question again. Which Carry On actor also appeared in Bless This House? 6 of 20 on your way to the million. Can't get a question wrong anymore, though. Back in play. Still have both passes to use. Sid James is correct. Which retail chain was started by Sam Walton? Walmart is correct. What is the name of the smaller bone in your lower leg? This is your second pit. What is the name of the smaller bone in your lower leg? When we come back into play, we'll be into the second half of your time. You still have both passes left to use. And we're back in play. Gonna straight up bail on that one. You did have two passes you could have used and gotten a better question, but instead decided to bail. And that is the end of the game. At least you walk away with some money, though. Let's see that one question that was bailed. What is the name of the smaller bone in your lower leg? That is the fibula. You forgot about your passes. That's a shame. That's a shame. Oh, well. It does happen. The pressure does get to you. Samster with the winning there on the XP at 126. Then it was Clive, 125. Royal Flush, 109. Tipster, 101. Then it's Final Ref, Score Count, Lupine, Emsley, Drahuska, Catnip, DKS, and Cetra. And at the end of this episode of Quiz Night, that is where everybody stands. DKS, you're up into 53rd place. Royal Flush, you're in 24th. Emsley, 19th. Cetra, 14th. Catnip, 13th. Drahuska, 12th. Hipster in 8th. Farnham, 7th. Clive, 4th. Lupine, 3rd. Scorecount, 2nd. And Samster in the insurmountable 1st place. All right, well, as I said there, that is going to be the last one this evening. Thank you very much, everybody, for playing this evening and spending time with me. And thank you very much for all of the support over the past week as well. And yes, this is The Void. Welcome to The Void. This is The Void. Whatever. So, Friday, I have been really stupid and I haven't actually gotten around to arranging any sort of duels. I know that there is the one video to play back of Ian Dominic versus Daz. I know that duel is definitely a thing I can play back. But I haven't arranged anything else for any other duelists for the Friday, so I will try and get onto that, I guess. If people can make that and we can get a couple of duels done in the actual tournament, then that would be great, and we can always do some other exhibition stuff potentially as well. Yeah, you definitely need to poke me at some point tomorrow, Catnip, to do that. Thank you very much for the follow there, Source Blood. That's a new name. Welcome, Source Blood. Unfortunately, you've just joined us at the end of the end of the stream, but you're more than welcome. Thank you very much. So yeah, deal stream is something I definitely want to do. But as it might be a very exhibition heavy stream potentially, so potentially lots of just chill basically. Oh, you were here, Sourceblood. Are you just you've just been for 3 games? All right, fair enough. Well, always good to have you around, I guess. All right. So that is it for this week, I guess. Apart from Duel on Friday, hopefully. Royal Flush, you're doing Countdown tomorrow, I think, given the messages you were sending out earlier on your Discord. So don't forget to go over to that. If I can remember the command, it's going to be that guy. So go over to Royal Flush's channel 10 p.m. British Summer Time, I believe, is going to be the time that starts for some more Countdown League action. Still his finalised matches, but yeah, will be happening, all right. And also, I don't know if he's actually around or not. No, he's not, because it's not auto-completing for me. But also, later on, I think that's the right command. Probably the right one. Yeah, that looks about right. Chase VGM, that starts at roughly 1 p.m. British Summer Time tomorrow. If you're about and you like video game music and you like the chase, then that's a good mix for you. I would hope we'll probably see DKS over there, probably see Elias over there. I might be there if the internet will hold up, but the internet in the office has been a bit crap recently because we're on 4G, trying to share about 12 megabits per second across 14 members in the office. But hopefully we're getting the lease line installed this week, so that will hopefully change. So that has been it. Only thing left for me to do is I did say that we would go and raid a particular channel. So we will go off and raid Trivia Flash if you haven't seen that channel before. Trivia Flash is it's a multiplayer, multi-choice quiz that's just powered by the Open Trivia database. What did you suggest for raid matches? I can't remember. But it might as well be I don't know, 1 million. It might as well just be 1 million. Or something along those lines. But anyway, hashtag Bowser's Castle. Yeah, why not? Let's make it that. Hashtag Bowser's Castle is going to be the raid message. Thank you very much. I've been Ash the Bash. Go and have fun over on Trivia Flash, and I'll see you hopefully for Friday for some more duel streaming. All right, catch you later.